Out of the family of God. There's no better family to belong to than that. Let's together then find Proverbs and chapter 31. Don't worry, we won't read all of it. You might be saying, 31? How many verses are there? Just 31. I will only read the 30th verse. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that fears the Lord, she shall be praised. I think that all of us, if not, or most of us, if not all of us, will remember the story of King Solomon shortly after his ascent to power, where two women appear before him because one of them has lost a child in her sleep. And in judging that particular case, Solomon decides that the one woman should have the baby and not the other, on account of the fact that this one woman, in fact whose child is surviving, is ready to stake her life in order that the child may live on. The other is careless. She lost hers and wants the other one to lose hers as well and says, yes, chop it off. Neither of us is going to have a baby. Can an own mother really do that? Some careless mothers may. That's why they throw them in ditches or in pits, whatever. But a good mother certainly will not. So those who throw away babies are bad mothers. Those who dump babies in the dunghill are bad mothers. But the good mothers sitting in the course of this morning in this particular house, and who are here for this very reason, that they want to become even better mothers. And that's a good thing. But the lesson is plain and simple, that no genuine mother, no real mother, no deliberate mother will want to forsake an own child. Well, the Bible says a mother may, but God will not. That is why, as we gather in the course of this morning to think about this important person and this wonderful office of motherhood, let us look at this office as one that calls you mothers to a place where you are actually marvelous, to be marveled at. Can you be? Yes, you can. And it begins in the place where you love God. A good mother, a gorgeous mother, a marvelous mother, loves God. What has that to do with motherhood? There are prostitutes that have mothered. Somebody has been raped, and yet they have mothered. Where is God in all that? Well, here is the indicator that motherhood is a gift from God. And the one who becomes a mother, in spite of whatever method they become a mother, still are being instruments of what God appointed should be a way through which this world may be populated, perpetuated, until he perfects it at the time he wants. But before that perfection comes, there may be these hurdles, and motherhood can come unexpectedly, forcibly, and so on and so forth. It is still plain motherhood, revealing that the pattern that God has brought about by which humanity should continue on earth cannot be disturbed or disrupted or stopped by human error. But it is good if it's taken in the context of God. But a woman that really loves God, really appreciates motherhood. For notice what it says. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain. So she realizes that she may have outward appearances that are good. And let's face it, our fair ladies are good to look at, even in their elderly ages. tells us, the sons of God looked at the daughters of men, and they saw that they were good to look at, and they chose those among them whom they wanted for themselves. They did it for themselves. That was what was wrong. There was nothing wrong about the daughters of men being good in appearance, for that beauty comes from God. I am fearfully and wonderfully made, our women can say. The men can say that too, can't they? God has deliberately given that to us, and let's enjoy it. But the woman who realizes that her outward appearance should not eclipse the good that has been given to her by the God who has fashioned her is the one who is going to appreciate much more what God has made out of her, a mother. That motherhood is delightful is also explained in the Word. You know what happens when a mother is about to give birth? The pangs of childbirth, the birth pains. I don't know how many of our mothers have smiled through them. Sweet pain. I'm not sure. But what keeps them going is to know at the end of that pain, there will be a yell. It will be the cry of something called child, male or female. And then the pain is forgotten. And the woman that was in pain said, what is it? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Let me kiss it. Suddenly forgotten. You're happy that a life has come. That's the beauty of motherhood. It's divinely given. And the one who does that therefore realizes it springs from God. And earlier in the chapter we do read, this woman actually is praised by her husband, blessed by her children. And you know what? She's admired by her neighbors. And the reason is simple. She forgets herself in the welfare of her husband and her children, and in the care and concern of those around and about her. And that attitude is borrowed from the God who, comfortable in himself, satisfied with himself, rich in himself, lacking nothing in himself, and able to get along with himself, with nothing else there, nevertheless brings into existence humanity and loves humanity as himself. For that's why he sends his son to stake his life for errant, rebellious, stubborn, stiff-necked humanity. And a good mother looks and takes stock about the affairs of our home and says, if things are going to be right here, I'll be at the center of things being right. She loves that. Not only does she love God, what further do we read? What is our second point if you're looking at your notes? She's looked up to. What? What? Who is the head of the home? Who is the head of the home? Who is the head of the home? That's exactly why I'm going there. You see, I want to be a good Baptist this morning. And Baptists are very controversial. So I will be controversial. And, but in a good sense. You see, we are very good at saying, there is the man, the head of the home. Where do you get that from? Where do we get that from? I want to ask you, where do you get that from? One of the Reformed Baptist conferences we attended, I raised that up. I don't know how the facilitator nicely dodged it. Because, you see, Proverbs 31 places the woman right at the heart of the home. not at the bottom, not on the side. She's right at the heart of the home. What is this telling me? That she is co-ruler with the man in the home. You see, we're very good at saying, my better half. You can have as many better halves as you want. I'll have none of that. Because when Adam was taken, he was taken not as a half. When Eve was taken, she was not taken as a half. It was 1 plus 1. And in God's mathematics, 1 plus 1 equals 1. But we say better half. No wonder we have so many disturbances in the home. Because we only bring half commitment. Because it's better half. I don't want better halves. I want better fools. Not F-O-O-L-S, but F-U-L-L. Yes. Yes. So God doesn't say, okay, man, it's not good for half the man to be alone. He says it's not good for the man, the full man. It's not good, therefore, in the inverse of that, for the woman to be alone. So it's the full man and the full woman, not the house. How many of you have cried in your homes? You know, I think my husband doesn't give as much of himself to me or my wife. Well, if it's half, accept it. But if it's full, then you should have full. And that's why the Bible says 2, not 1, half and half are better than, not better than 1. 2 are better than 1. So the 2 come together to form a special one, unified in several areas. It's not a marriage seminar, so we won't go into that. So we just say, yeah, it's 1 and 1 coming together. So this woman brings her whole. She loves her husband. She treasures her children. She prizes her neighbors. And she works hard. And the good thing about at least Western culture is this. Don't tell my wife about this. That men can cook.
Tell her.
We can do.
And we're good cooks. And that's a good thing. In native Africa, for a woman to sit reading her Bible or newspaper while the man is cooking, mama. I'll just illustrate this. There is a woman that is a nursing officer, and she was doing what they call a straight shift. And those that have done nursing, I'm told, there's nothing as tiring as working a straight shift. And so she's been out all day working. This man has retired and is at home reading his newspaper. When she comes back, he goes to watch television and says, honey, I've been at work. Where is the food? Yeah, I'm waiting for you to prepare it. The woman does prepare the meal all right. And when she sits down to eat, she doesn't finish the meal. Sits in her chair and sleeps. When she wakes up, her face is almost hitting her plate of food. And the man has gone to take his bed and to enjoy himself. He has a slave for a while. No, mothers are not meant to be slaves. Mothers are not meant to be instruments of childbirth. Mothers are not meant to be entertainers in the home. Mothers are meant to be partners with their husbands. What did God make the woman out of? The head? No, she might topple the man. The foot, she might be trampled upon. The hand, she might be used too much. What did he make the rib? What does the rib talk about? Partnership, equality. And so that's what it is all about. This woman, father, this woman, son, this woman, daughter, is equal to that man called husband or father in the home. But how many of us realize that? And that is why I say, let's see this controversy and see that if we read our Bible more accurately, we would realize she is at par with her husband so far as running the home is concerned. And that is where Proverbs 31 speaks to woman. And no wonder her husband praises her. And the people who watch her husband say, "Ooh, he's well cared for." She doesn't wait for him to produce stuff, they do it together. She doesn't wait for him to discipline the children, they do it together. She doesn't wait for everything to be done, they do us together. See how dear you are, woman. What if husband feels he must do for himself, feels he must do for his children, feels he must do for his society? You are not to watch from a distance, but be as involved as he himself is. But the secret is, this woman realizes beauty is deceitful and charm is vain. What did she say? Don't look at the outward adornments. Not that you should neglect them, because if you begin to look bad, your husband's eyes might direct elsewhere. You don't want that. You should look good. And if you're able to put on that perfume that kills a man, just go ahead. For your husband, that's all right. What is wrong is selling yourself everywhere. That is wrong. I normally use very fine words when it comes to husband and wife. Between the two of you, be as wicked as ever you can, because you're all come to do that. You're meant to. But elsewhere, be as hard as a rock. Because the Bible says the two are bonded together. And woman, you're bonded to that man. And that woman who is bonded to you, man, respect her. And instill it in your children that she's your partner. As one man would say, when a father observed his daughter or his son disobeying the mother, so when you disobey her, you disobey me. And when you disobey her, you not only have her to deal with, you have me to deal with you. That's a good man who realizes that. But this woman also perfects herself. For notice it says she has linen and she has purple clothing. She wants not just outward appearance, better still, she wants the inner attitude, the inner spirit, the soul to be beautiful. That's what she wants to do. And there is something more attractive about the inner person than the outer person. And have you unveiled that wonderful person, Mother? I trust you have. And you came this morning so that you might better that person. Your husband will praise you. Your children will bless you. Your neighbors will admire you. Society will look up and say, we want to be like that home. Mother, you can do that. What are you doing? I trust you are. Do it even more.